Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Tay. Welcome to Live with Tay. Y'all know we have real conversations with dope people you should know. And today, I got the dopest. I have got media personality, music lover, best wife, best husband, best father, Nieko Flowers. Woo! Nieko.
Hey, what's
I wish
going
I had
on,
sound
Frank?
effects. Hey, I am good, Nieko. I am good. Thank you for agreeing to be a part of the show
Yeah,
today. To know you is to love you, and this is gonna be a good show. I'm really, really excited about this.
I love it. Let's do it. I've been waiting on this. Come on.
This gonna be good. This gonna be good. So for those of you all that follow me on social media, you already know that Nieko gave us the his favorite pick for Black Music Month. And so before we go further, I have to publicly, because he said, how she just have me pick one, which is so true. So before we go in too deep, Nieko, I'm gonna give you your top five. So your top
Okay.
five songs, it does not have to be gospel. We're just gonna say it just has to be Black music. How about that? So you can pick top five, and you don't even have to count CC and BB Winans because you already got that one. So really you got six, but I'm gonna let you get five new ones just because
Okay.
from
Okay.
one music lover to another. And I feel it's
Yeah. Woo! Let me tell you, we talking my type of talk right now.
a
Okay, so one of the first songs that popped in my head, and this is one of my summer anthems, Brownstone, If You Love Me.
if you say it,
Oh
yeah.
man, Nikki Gilbert, come on.
Yeah.
Let's see. I gotta do let's see. Case touch me, tease me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now some of
Oh,
y'all watching this may not know, but that's all right. Look it up. Look it up.
yeah. Let's see. I got my favorite girl group of all time is SWV. Anybody who knows me, Taj, Lily, and Coco could do no wrong. Love them. I will pick. Oh man, they got so many that I love. I'm gonna pick maybe Use Your Heart.
Nieko, why? I'm not even lying, y'all. Y'all know I did not tell Nieko any of this beforehand, and that is one of my favorites. In my heart, I'm really the fourth member of SWP. I don't even know how they missed my tiny desk invite. I
Woo!
don't know what happened, but one of the best tiny desks. I thoroughly enjoy it. And again, I'm rocking with you. You doing good, Nieko. You doing good. That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
I gotta put my favorite artist of all time, and that's Luther Vandross. I gotta put him in it. Make Me a Believer. Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta be a real Luther fan to know
you
about Make Me a Believer.
you took the words out my
You gotta be
mouth.
a real Luther
Yes, that's
fan.
a good one. That's a good one. That means that your mama and daddy and them listen to, because that's a mom.
Mm,
Your mama and daddy had to be Luther fans to know about that to come up
yeah,
that way. So yeah.
absolutely,
Shout out my aunt
absolutely.
Linda. That's her number one music person of all time, and that's why I know about that song. So I
Yeah,
got I got you.
Make Me a Believer. Let's see.
Ooh, that's gonna be in my head all day now. Ooh, that's a good
Ooh.
one.
Oh man, let's
Who
see. Let's
could
see.
remake that? I'm just thinking to myself. Ooh, nobody.
I maybe Usher.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Ruben. I think because Ruben,
Ruben, yeah, Ruben's like the Luther Vandross
yeah,
remaker anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has Luther vibes. Oh man, let's see. You know what? This one, I don't know what it is about this song, and this is not a very popular song, but I can't really listen to this song without getting emotional, and that's Men of Standard, Cover Me. If you haven't heard that song, um, it talks about uh, feels like a lifetime waiting on my time.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder will I ever see the things that he had planned for me. It's a
Ooh.
gospel record, but the words speak to me so good.
And Men of Standard is one of those groups that I will have to say was very underrated, but
Yes,
true music lovers.
yes,
That you found it and then you
yeah,
you held on and
yeah,
you dug deep because their
yeah,
commercial songs were good, but to your point, if you dug a little deeper and really listened to them,
mhm,
they had some
mhm,
good ones. So I'm gonna have to pull that one back out. So cover me. That's
yeah,
a good one.
yeah. There's so many. I mean, because see, I grew up in the '90s, right? So I mean,
The best generation,
the
the best
best
time of
generation for
music, the
music.
best time of music.
There's so many. I would say I'm gonna try to man, if okay, so and this is I just love this record, Raheem Devon You.
Oh yes, everyone and everyone in this song.
Yeah.
Out you
Such a
okay,
vibe, such
okay.
a vibe.
That's
I love all types of music for sure. Like for real, for real. Like I will switch it up. Uh, I will switch it up a lot.
mm-hmm.
I'm definitely in my gospel bag right now.
Yes.
I'm definitely in my gospel bag right now. But I am thoroughly looking forward to seeing SWV and Escape. Like I mentioned earlier, I will be all up in that. Okay. Uh, Missy, Busta Rhymes, and Sierra. I think that's going to be amazing.
I'm not gonna have any voice because those that know, I literally, true story, DJ Kid Capri, we were in New York, just out in New York or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
It's like, yo, and I'm like, me? He was
yeah.
like, yeah, come here. And when he got up, he was like, yo, I really thought you were Missy. And
I
so
can see it, though.
I'm just gonna sign this audit, like sign this stuff because he felt so bad, but literally he was acting a fool because he thought I was Missy. So Missy's my twin. If I had to look
I
like
love it.
anybody, I'll take that because she's so talented and one of my favorites. So
I
that
love
concert
it.
is totally gonna lose control, like they say. I ain't gonna have no voice, so it's gonna be
Yeah,
real.
I love it. I can go on and on for days. I just love music. I mean, Michael Jackson, Butterflies.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
You
That's
know,
a good
I
one.
even know the Floetry version. For those who don't know, there's a poetry version. There's a live version. Marsha actually sung background vocals on the record. So
You better know the music. And so, Nieko, before we go too far, because it
yeah,
might be some people be like, well, who is this guy?
yeah,
And he knows so much about music. And
yeah.
so, Nieko, I would be remiss. You are a true music lover, and I envy you because it must be amazing to get to do what you do because you get music all day long. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
literally, that's what happens. But introduce yourself to those that are tuning into live with Tay that may not know who Nieko Flowers is.
Nieko Flowers, born and raised in Wilmington, North Carolina, on the beaches of Wilmington, North Carolina, by way of Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte's where I really, really grew up.
Okay.
As far as matured, I tell people all the time, Charlotte is where I met my wife. Charlotte's where I got married. Charlotte's where my kids were born.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte's where I started my career.
Wow.
In radio. And so Charlotte holds a very special place in my heart. A lot of those songs, instantaneously when I hear them, I think of Charlotte. I can tell you the street, me driving down, you know what I'm saying? Like Raheem Devon You, I can literally tell you a street, West Boulevard. Shout out to West Boulevard in Charlotte. I'd be riding down with the windows down, and that was my record. Prototype.
Oh yes.
I gotta say Prototype is one of my favorites as well. So yeah, I've been in the music industry for like 15 years, actually 2009. And I've done a little bit of it all. I've done some entertainment correspondence on Fox for 2 years in Charlotte, and then I moved to Atlanta in 2017,
Okay.
and I was working at Kiss 104.1 in Atlanta, R&B
Thank you.
station.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came over to Radio 1, Praise 102.5, which I am currently at as the assistant program director, talent producer, and everything else in between. So
That is what's up. And you keep it popping. Shout out, praise. Woo, 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 woo,
yeah, shout out to Praise 102.5, man. Listen, I tell people all the time, I found my tribe.
yeah.
I found my tribe with Praise. I grew up in the church. I'm a Baptist kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was in the church 3-4 days out of the week. The
What
church.
if we had to be in there all day long? I said the kids now don't know nothing about
They
that.
don't know nothing about it.
You go online, you got all
Yeah,
you don't know
yeah.
about coming in the morning and then going to eat downstairs and then having
Oh, come on. Church dinner. Yeah. Like I tell people, like literally my church had the burgundy carpet with the pews. Like, come on. Like Vacation Bible School. Like, the church that I grew up in, I really believe when I got a little older, as most of us do, I strayed away a little bit when I moved to Charlotte. I tried to find myself,
Yeah.
but it really was a very impactful place for me to get my my upbringing, because the church that I was brought up in, my grandparents went to that church before, so it was a generational church.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So my aunties and my uncles, like when I tell you the church is a family, like the church is a family, like it was a village. To this day on Facebook, like we be tagging each other, and we'll like text or type a beginning of a song, and
And
then somebody else will jump in like, oh, y'all remember that song? My mama led that song. Yeah, yeah, like that was the thing. And so I call a lot of my church members from back home aunties and uncles, because that's what they were. So like I shout out to New Hope Missionary Baptist Church.
that sound like a church. Like
That's a church. That's a
y'all
church.
had the best macaroni and cheese this side of heaven. I bet you.
I'm so thankful for my upbringing. My church upbringing was amazing, and I grew up in a big family. I had a lot of cousins. My cousins are my siblings. I do have siblings, but we all were like super close. I'm talking about like
cousins are your first best friends.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm talking about like at the church on Sunday, we will pick a different aunt house to go to. Like they took turns. Like my mama will get her Sunday, this aunt would get and that's how it was. And it was just a beautiful time. So yeah, that's who I am though. At the heart and at the root of me, I'm a person who loves music and who loves people.
And true statement all the way around. I can certify that. Like I tell y'all, real conversations with dope people you should know. And Nieko Flowers is definitely that. You said something earlier that I want for someone who may be watching this to understand. When you grow up in the church, right? Sometimes you will, I think it's all of us, you go away because it's like, not our parents were doing the right thing, but it just felt like it was forced upon. There were so many traditions, and as we've gotten older, you may have realized that maybe they just didn't know what they didn't know, and so during that journey when you were like, okay, I'm going to kind of find myself, did you always feel deep down in your heart like you would come back to like this moment of just having a true relationship with God, or what were your thoughts at that point?
I think I did. For me, I knew I was going through seasons, I knew I was going through seasons. I felt that there was no way for me not to come back to it. What really happened when I knew it was going to happen, and when I knew that it was going to go in this direction, I tell people this all the time. I was working at a hip hop station. This is a part of my testimony. I was working at a hip hop station, R&B hip hop. Of course, again, I love all music, but particularly hip hop. It was not the hip hop that like kind of we grew up on. You know what I mean? You get
it was that different.
Yeah, it was kind of what you hear a lot now. And so I remember being at work, and I was in the studio, and I couldn't digest the music anymore. You know what I mean? Like it was times where like when I knew I had to talk. So for those who don't understand radio, there's stop sets, and then we have talk breaks, right? So I saw when I see the talk break coming, it will be highlighted. But in between that will be music and stuff like that. I would turn the music down until maybe a minute before I was supposed to talk. So just so I can hear the song, so I can get my vibe and how I want to come in. You know what I mean? And when I got to that point, I realized that I was like, yeah, I'm getting to the point where I can't even stand
the music.
Yeah. And for a person who loves music, it was like
tough.
I can't do that.
You're uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Time you're uncomfortable. And I believe, that God makes us uncomfortable so that we will move, right? And so tell us how that transition went from you're in that radio station to now being, I'm just gonna go and throw it up there, just for a little hot second.
Yeah, listen.
This year,
being
nominated for Stellar. So how do we get there, Nieko? How do we get there?
Honestly, God, I feel like I'm getting emotional even talking about it, because people ask me all the time, like, how does it feel? And I still haven't grasped. I think I was the person for years who was overlooked, who was unappreciated, and who was just trying to find my space.
Yeah.
And I felt like, although I loved at that time the type of rap and certain stuff like that, I just knew that it was no longer fitting who I was
Mm-hmm.
growing to. And I remember I right before I moved to Atlanta and I left that company, I was like, all right, before I go to Atlanta, I can't do this in Atlanta.
Yeah.
This ain't it. I was like, this is not gonna work. It became so forced that it was phony. You know what I mean?
And Phony and Nieko don't go together.
Nah, nah. I was like, I can't even fake this. Like this, I don't even know. I'm like, yeah. Like,
Who
you
is
know what I
that?
mean?
What they talk about? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so I got to the point where I couldn't fake it. And so what I did was when I moved to Atlanta, my wife and I had an idea. Back home in Wilmington, I reached out to the program director back home. And I was like, hey, I know it's a long shot, but I got an idea. I was literally driving to Wilmington for a family reunion.
Wow.
Coming from Atlanta. Yeah, coming from Atlanta. And I said, would you be interested if I did like a Sunday morning countdown,
Ooh.
but make it like musical, like make it like gospel, but I could be me,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
with like gospel with some swag on it, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, man, what's crazy is I'm looking for a slot, and I got a 2-hour slot. So next time you come down, let's talk. I said, brother, well, I'm halfway there now.
Right. I'm on the
So
way. I'm on the
literally, it was literally God, because we literally was driving down there on the way and end up pretty much signing the deal while we were there for those 3 days.
I love it.
And the show was called Believers with Balance.
Yes. Shout out Nieko.
There it is.
Yes. Hey,
There it is. And that was the show. And we did that until I want to say we did that. It was June of 2022.
Okay.
And then by that time, I had signed on with Praise in September of 2021. Well, the role of which I initially signed up for Praise for started to grow. It was like things just started happening. It was like boom, boom, boom. Then I got promoted. Then it was this. And I was like, okay, God, I can no longer do everything.
Yeah.
So I got to make room. And it was so hard to let that go. Especially when you start something from scratch, so it was hard to let it go. But in return,
you love the people, because it's like I got people that love tuning into this show. So you're a music lover, so you're like, what are they gonna do? So you play with that, right?
Yeah. It was the people. It was my parents who listened, my siblings who listened. Excuse me, back home, and they will call after the show went off and be like, oh, I really love this song. Who my mom would literally, no lie, because she old school, right? She ain't really technical, like, what I'm saying, with the phone and stuff, right? She would literally write down lyrics to songs and be like, and call me after the show. Okay, so who sung Joy in My Heart and da 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 da? I'm like, Mom, that was Corinne Hawthorne. And she's like, oh, I love that song.
Because you're introducing people, and I love that about radio, because you get the opportunity to introduce someone to, I should say some radio. I'd be remiss, because I know some people play the same song over and over and over again. There's things behind that. But when you get that freedom, like a top 10 where you can do that, I know you was pulling them out the bag.
I was pulling them out the bag, my personal playlist became their list. So it was like, y'all go get these songs, you know what I mean? So it was really cool. It was a really great experience, because me and my wife got to work very closely hand in hand. And she was not a radio person at all. She still isn't. I grabbed her into it because I needed a co-host, and I thought it'd be really good, because what we did was we tied in daily life conversation in with the top 10. you know, and so it was a really good experience. And when God told me it's time to release it, it was very hard because, like you said, I was so upset that I felt like I was letting the people down.
Yeah.
But in return, God was like, but I need to free you up for something. And then that was in June of 2022. July of 2022 is when the first Stella Award came, and that was in
Come
Atlanta.
on, Stella Award, because he didn't got one now.
Yeah, yeah.
We
And
coming through now. Which one was this for, Nieko?
so this one was in Atlanta in
Mhm.
2022, and this one was for programming.
Ooh.
So that was really cool. So that one was a joint one, but that was my first one. Uh I remember going up on stage for that one, and it blew my mind. And I tell this, and I actually spoke to this individual today, and it was crazy to me because the people that I used to listen to, because mind you, when I was in Charlotte, I would listen to Radio One was in different markets.
Yeah.
Charlotte had Darlene McCoy, Willie Moore Jr., Erica Campbell. So I hear these people. Of course, I knew exactly who Erica Campbell was, right?
Right,
So
right.
I got to know Willie and Darlene. The crazy thing about that night is that one, they let me hold the trophy. Two, um, the people that I took the picture with was literally Darlene and Erica, and I
Wow.
was like, "What is my life?"
Yeah.
You
Because
know what I mean?
that's one of my questions for you, Nieko. So, as a music lover and someone who loves music, I was just with Darlene over the weekend. Hey, Darlene, she gave me some. I bought some readers from her so I can see now. Praise
Yes,
the Lord
that's my
for
girl. Yeah,
her
talk
life
to her
is
today.
favor. Yeah, praise her. And so when you get the opportunity
Mhm.
as a music lover to be in a room with people that at some point, your first time, my favorite interview of yours, I've watched it 1,000 times over the last couple of weeks, is with CC Winan.
Mm,
The way that you were just like in that particular
yeah,
interview, I'm
yeah.
like, Lord, like, what is it like to have the opportunity to give people their flowers for music that they have put out that has been so instrumental to your life? Because when you're a music lover, them songs mean something to you as
Yeah.
you go through. So how does that feel to be able to do that?
It feels amazing. It feels amazing because, like you mentioned, a lot of these artists I grew up listening to. As mentioned earlier, BB and CC Winans, "Addictive Love," you know, even "Heaven," which I forgot to tell you about. That "Heaven." That's my record right there. That may be like I love that record, but it is a full circle moment for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this year, the last 3 years have just been phenomenal. I've been able to speak and talk to a lot of people. I've met a lot of people. I've
Yeah.
interviewed a ton of people.
Yeah.
And still to this day, I have to pinch myself and say, man, you did that. Like people, it takes people from back home who knew me as Lil Nieko from Wilmington, North Carolina, be like, bro,
Like, what?
because sometimes, as you know, as we interview, sometimes you be so in the moment that you don't step outside the moment and say,
Mm-mm.
wow, I really did that, you know. So it's been phenomenal. I've listened. th- I tell people, I was like, man, like this is not a flex at all, but
Hey,
this is just a testament of God. I was like, some of the numbers in my phone still be like, I'd be like, let me make sure I accidentally don't hit that button because I don't want to
yeah.
accidentally call this individual and be like, oh, never mind. You
But
know,
it's when they call you though. So no, it ain't flexing. I'm
yeah,
telling you, people have to understand that, like I've had someone call on my phone, and really this is somebody who I love dearly. People that know me know that that's like my
yeah,
fave.
yeah.
And when it comes up on your phone, you're like,
God, what is this?
like, what is this right here? Is this really
Yeah,
happening
and
right
it's a reminder though that uh, God is working, and I think I
now? Yeah.
tell people this all the time. You know, when people talk about this particular last year, Stellar was amazing too. That was in Las Vegas
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I got to actually accept it on behalf of everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and we're also nominated again this year as a station as well.
Killing it.
And they've all I've already been I've already been asked to accept on behalf of the station again, and
Mm-hmm.
so in Vegas this year's again. So you know, you know, it's just this one in particular hits different for me
Mm-hmm.
because this one right here hits different for me because this is the dream
Mm.
of the little kid that was teased and felt unworthy and felt unappreciated for let's say 12 out of the 15 years of his career.
Mm-hmm.
This is the moment of me saying I am here
Mm.
boldly
Yeah.
because that was hard for me for so many years. You know what I mean? People, we put on this good front, social media, you see these clips of different things, but then when you get out the interview, you still don't feel worthy. You still don't feel like you're getting the opportunities that you feel like you deserve. But all of the, I tell people, all of the no's that I've gotten all make sense because it all led me here.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can't deny when God has his hand on you, nobody can take it away from you. I seen a sermon that I literally screen grabbed. One of my good friends in the business sent it to me out the blue when I was like on Sunday or Saturday. And I said, "Oh snap, I was just praying about this and
Mm.
and you sent it to me." And I'm gonna say it really quickly. They sent me a video. It was a pastor, and I don't know his name, but he was talking about he was like, you ever be in a card game and
Mm.
you have the ace, the joker, the deuce, the da, the da, the da. And he said he had his hands up like this. And he said one of the partners looked at him and said, "Man, you better back up. You don't want nobody to see your hand." And he was
Mm.
like, "I ain't worried about nobody seeing my hand because it don't even matter. Because the hand that I got,
Ooh.
nobody at this table can stop."
Mm.
So he said, "Ain't nothing nobody can do at this point as long as these cards is in my hand. Once I put these cards down,
That's it.
that's it."
Yeah.
I'm in that season. I'm in
Ooh.
that season of finally being at a place of you're worthy of this.
Mm. Mm.
You worked hard for this. You deserve this. Block out everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it, and live in it. And
Yeah.
that's why this one means the
So,
most to me.
yeah.
Absolutely.
No, Nieko, I'm holding back tears because I can't be, a soft thug on the interview. I'm supposed to keep it together.
Let it go.
But I'm like, ugh. So true story. I had seen you, Nieko, just through, music, different events, etc. And we were at an event where you were winning or nominated for an award.
Mhm.
And I remember when you walked in the door, it was a 2-day event. The
Mhm.
first day you just came just to,
Mhm.
hang out. And when you walked through the door, I remember vividly, I was standing at the door. And when you walked in, I'm an energy person, so I pick up on
Yes,
people's
yes.
energy. And I said, he is just a gentle, kind, like it was just your inner, when you came through, you were polite, you were, and sometimes people are like, well, everybody should be polite. Sometimes when you're at different events, people,
Yeah, for sure.
they act a little different, and you just came in and you were so pleasant, you spoke, I mean, it was just so pleasant. And I said, who is that guy right there? And they said, oh, that's Nieko, he's being nominated. I said, he's gonna win. Like I said, just by how he is, it was just your character. I said, he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Had never, nothing. We sit down at the table that I sit at. Who sits at the table behind? I was like, that's that Nieko. And I remember saying, Nieko, you're gonna win. And
Yeah.
you were looking at me like, who is this girl? I
Yeah.
don't know her. But I
Yeah.
said, you're gonna win. And when they called your name, you would have thought
Yeah.
that we were gonna just lose our mind, because technically I knew it. And so when the nominations came out for this,
Yeah.
I'm not prophetic, God give me whatever. But I said immediately, I knew, because it is your character. And in this season that the world is in, God is using you as an example that if you put him first and you stay humble through all of the everything, it'll all work out. And so this award right here, I'm telling y'all, to me, I know Nico's gonna get it. He's already a winner just because to know you and how you have built the team that Praise has here. Maybe I'm biased, but from Darlene, Erica, Jacqueline, Willie Moore, y'all are the dream team. There is no other station, in my opinion. Y'all are just, it just flows. It's like God put all y'all together because he knew this is what it was gonna take to make it. Y'all make it cool to love God. Yeah. The people who ain't saved and don't even know, y'all, just by how you show up, people are like, what is it about this? Like, and you don't, Jesus, 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 all down the people throat. You don't have to do all of it. You just show in your life in the way that you are. So I'm excited for you. I'm gonna be at the Stellars. Yeah. And I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be a whole, I'll be laughing because I'll be hollering and hooping because so you truly, truly, truly just deserve it, because not of all your talents, but because of who you are as a believer and just as a human. And so I'm happy that you're enjoying the moment, because it can be hard to take praise from people, especially if you've ever had a time when you felt you weren't worthy. Yes. And it is, that growth is great for you. Oh yeah, absolutely. And it is, I think at the end of the day, that means the most to me is my character, because my character is a reflection of how I was raised. Yeah. And so, with that, that makes my parents the most happy. When my dad is on Facebook more. It's funny because my dad be commenting on the stuff, and I always try to respond to him. It'd be funny because I'd be like, "Oh, daddy, you better." Like, so y'all probably be seeing me and my dad go back and forth, don't even know it. But anyway, but no, it's in these moments that means the most to me because of the story. And I truly believe that, and I've been feeling it. I've been feeling lighter. I've been feeling like I'm such in a good space in life. I literally, my whole demeanor is more so like love. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it. Now I'm telling you, I told my wife this. I said it's been overwhelming, because I will get phone calls from people who be like, "Bro, I hope you win." And for me, I think the biggest thing for me is, although I grew up in the church, I stayed away. You kind of mentioned it a little earlier. We make loving God look cool, right? Yeah. For me, it is less about the package and more about the purpose within the package. And for me, that's what I try to make people understand. Because I tell my wife all the time, I'll be like, literally, I'm very transparent. I was in the car the other day. I was talking to an artist friend of mine, who is also nominated, and I'm super excited for them. And I was like, bro, like, me, little ratchet Nieko from Wilmington, like, and so it was just a reminder that, like I said, when God gives you a hand that nobody else can dispute, it don't make sense to me, because at the end of the day, those cards had to get dealt. Yeah, start preaching. Those cards had to get dealt. There could be 4 people at that table, but somehow out of those 4 people, you ended up with the full house. That part. And I'd be looking like, now how did I end up with all this? They ain't got a chance. And I'm not talking about the nominees. Right. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about even when you don't believe in yourself, God will make it so that he give you an unbeatable hand. He will give you an unbeatable hand when you don't even believe that you're going to get this full house. Yeah. Because again, it was just, I'm just now getting to the point of loving and accepting and say no, sit up taller, walk in that room boldly. Yeah. You are worthy in that room. Yeah. You belong there.
3 years ago, I can understand, but God in this season is more so like, no. When you
belong.
go there, you
Yeah.
belong there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remind yourself. It is not in an ego or anything like that. It's more so for me and God be like, I didn't bring you to this party
Mm.
to stand on the wall.
Yeah. Let me show
I
you.
brought you to this party to go talk to these people and influence these people.
Mm-hmm.
I got teased for looking different because of my skin complexion growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Now I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in a light skinned family where a lot of us are red. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I got teased a lot because I look different from
Mm-hmm.
different people.
People.
And it's so funny now because I tell people, I say the same thing that I got teased for, what helps stick
Woo!
out to me now. And I said, God got a funny way of doing things because people be like, you look, I remember you. I can't forget it, you, because you know, like, don't let me, and I like to change my hair up. So sometimes I wear a fro out, sometimes,
Right.
like this, so it's just a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time. And I'm just excited. I'm really, really, truly am excited. And I'm also excited about people like yourself because there's been people who I met at events who've been speaking to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not even realizing they're helping me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
And I
I
think
remember,
people have to realize too, from an entertainment perspective, right?
yeah,
That people see you and think, well, he's got to have all this confidence because he gets up and he talks in front of people and he
yeah,
has to
yeah,
host and has to do. But we all have those moments where you're like, okay, do I have everything together? Do I have it? Okay, do I have these questions? How's this going to come?
yeah.
Just because you are
Just
passionate
because,
about what
yeah,
what you're doing.
yeah,
And I watch you and I'll be transparent. I study people like Nieko, people like Darlene, people because you all have that get like you are operating in an excellence and the expert, everybody, the expert was once a beginner. You had to begin somewhere,
absolutely,
right? And
absolutely,
so it is your time. Do not feel ashamed. You're supposed to because you work for this. People don't
yeah,
know. You
yeah,
worked hard for this. You had to
yeah.
sacrifice
And
being
some people
outside
forget.
and waking up early in the morning. Listen.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to gently remind people by with your work, because
Hmm.
for people who don't know you or just feel like you were overnight and stuff like that, like, no, I've
Yeah.
been in this business for 15 years. This is not
Hmm.
some overnight stuff. This is long, long hours, late nights, early mornings. This
Hmm.
was me driving back and forth from Columbia to Charlotte to do a radio show. Like,
Yeah.
people don't know that. Like, they
Mhm.
don't know those long hours. They don't know me and my wife taking a faith move and moving from Charlotte to Atlanta
Mhm.
when our kids were literally 1 years old. I mean, excuse me, 2 years old. And we packed up a U-Haul ourselves with a set of twins
Twins, I was gonna say, and no family here.
and
Family,
no family.
yeah. Right.
So people don't understand that. But I leave it. It's kind of funny because I watched Usher's speech last night. Well,
Oh.
I went back and watched it on YouTube because I could barely hear it on TV.
Hmm.
And so I watch, but a lot of the things he said are so true. Like, I have so much forgiveness for people who've done me wrong in the past and people who
Hmm.
didn't believe in me and people was like, oh, well, you're not as good. You're not good enough to do this and you're not good enough to do that. Well, God has put me in a place now where God is like, you no longer have to say it.
Mm.
I'm showing it through your actions.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I'm in that place. I'm
Yeah.
in that place. So I listen. I'm excited.
It's
I'm
all the way up from here, Nieko. It's all the way up. So if anyone watching this is like, yo, like he's really dope, because he is really dope in real life, make sure that you follow him on social media. IG, it's Sir Nieko. You do something that I love. Like, I love this so much. I don't know who came up with it, but whoever, it's amazing. Tell us about Nico's flowers. Like when you give the flowers to just random individuals. So tell us a little bit about that for those that don't know.
Well, I love to shower people. I'm a people person at heart. I just love to, again, I felt unappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to do something where I honored those who felt unappreciated, and I wanted to do it for those, I'm not talking about another artist, something like I wanted to
Right.
do it for regular, ordinary people who go to work 5, 6 days a week, sometimes working 40, 60 hours a week,
Mm-hmm.
who don't hear thank you or you're appreciated or we value you. And I was like, I want to do something for those people. And I was like, well, you know what? My last name is Flowers. Let me literally give these people their flowers, you know what I'm saying? And not wait until nobody else is gonna do it. So that's how that came about. That's been one of the best things that ever happened.
I
Uh,
love it.
I truly love doing it because I actually get to go to the people. And
Y'all
so
have to watch the videos. I wish I had a video clip. Follow it on social media because I'm
yeah,
gonna forward one because
yeah,
they're hilarious, but they're so to know you is to know. I'm like, I just want to be there and record when he's doing it
yeah,
because
yeah,
just you can feel the energy through the
yeah,
videos.
yeah. And I love doing it. I love doing it. And it's something that I will continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, there may be a spinoff.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, there may be a spinoff. Like what people don't know is I'm working on a lot of outside projects right now.
Okay.
I am definitely in the world of television.
I can see that.
I have some things that I'm working on right now that I'm super excited about. So God is really, I've always seen myself as a mogul. I've
Mm,
always seen myself and Ryan Seacrest, Terrence J, some of these guys like that,
mhm,
Dick Clark, some of these people who can do the hosting, who can do radio, who can do TV hosting, who
mhm.
can be executive producer. That is where Nieko the brand is going. I'm super excited about some stuff that I actually already shot that is canned and with some people that y'all know. And
Uh-oh,
so
uh-oh,
it's really y'all, and it's really cool. It's really cool because people in this season are, and I tell certain individuals like, man, y'all trust me, and
yeah.
I look at y'all like y'all are here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And for y'all to trust me, that means the world. So
They
I'm
know
super,
talent and goodness. So that, but I'm gonna
yeah,
just plug.
yeah,
I'm gonna plug it right now. I'm telling you, if you do a 106 in Park, I'm definitely free. I'm coming. We doing it. We're spinning it off. My dream person is Donnie Simpson. Shout out Donnie Simpson.
shout out
I'm a
Donnie.
video soul girl to the day. I still watch
Yeah,
old ones on YouTube.
I love it.
But yeah, I could definitely see you in that
I love it.
because
I love it.
it would be good. So all right, I got some fun questions before
Okay.
we close out. So, Nieko, hold on.
Yes.
Okay, so you said earlier you've done a ton of interviews. We know it. Like to follow
Mhm.
you is to know this. What is your dream interview? And then it could be with somebody living or deceased. So, dream interview for Nieko.
Mm. Dream interview.
Mhm.
Okay. This is, you know,
And it doesn't have to be, I mean, it could be anybody that you want to sit down and do a Nieko Flowers interview with. Who would it be?
you know what? You know what? And this is so I want to interview my dad.
That could
I
be.
want to interview my dad. As I get older, my wife says it all the time. She's like, the older you get, you and your dad are becoming so much alike.
Oh
And I
wow.
see so much of myself in him. And I'm starting to see the qualities which I get. I love my mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my dad has such a story. He
Mm.
is now, he is, he had he had a past, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And to see where he is now, all up in the church. My
Yeah.
dad is cool. My dad is cool, man. He still crack jokes, but he loved the Lord. You know what I mean? Like,
I can believe it because you're a jokester, so you got
yeah,
to get it from somebody, right?
yeah. Because I've interviewed a lot of celebrities, but I think I would want to, because I think, and again, going back to the Usher conversation last night, he talked a lot about his dad and
Yeah.
how the relationship with his dad molded him. And I think tying the two together and really getting to the root of why we are who we are, I
Mm-hmm.
think people will see another side of me.
Yeah.
That's why I think I will want to interview him, because they will see Nieko talking to a family member, which they have never seen.
Seen before. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's that realness and authentic and the capsule, right? You have twins, the cutest.
Yeah.
And so they get an opportunity to play that back. That will be a documentation of something that
Mm.
will be around forever. So
You know what? I may just have to do this, and I'm serious. Like I'm literally going home this weekend, and
see,
and I told my wife, I said, you know what I'm looking forward to doing, and I was like, just sitting down with pops, just
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 being,
just being,
yeah,
just
yeah.
being. I just want to talk sports and just be like, because in this industry, sometimes we just move, so we don't get a lot of time to like a lot of us time. So when
Mm-hmm.
I go home, I really try to take advantage of that. So yeah, talking to him and just really people seeing me on a whole nother level of just
Because at home you're just Nieko. You know what I'm saying? You're
yeah,
just or whatever they have a
yeah,
nickname. And to
yeah,
the world, you're Nieko Flowers, right? And
yeah.
so before this month of July is going to be impactful, you need that grounding this weekend for all the things that are about to come.
And
Because
this trip, and that's what I feel like, and I'm excited for it because I'm like, once I get back, we're running, right?
that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Like because I do believe God is is about to do something special.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like that in my core, so I'm
Yeah.
super excited for that.
It's just getting ready. It's just getting ready.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I guess this is so cliche, but now I want to know the answer even more. If you sit back now and you say, knowing everything that you've got in the works, where is Nieko in 5 years from now?
Nieko is hosting, executive producing, writing for a major television network with multiple shows on air. I am, and people may be shocked by this, but I am really starting to get into council.
Mm.
I could literally see myself running for a not president, not mayor per se, but definitely some type of city council. The
Yes.
older I get, the more I'm like, I want to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I want
I
to,
see Mayor because Mayor Flowers, I'm telling you,
yeah, yeah,
I could definitely
yeah,
see that, and you are for the people. And
yeah,
so I could see
yeah,
that. And we need that, especially in this. We won't get all political, but in
yeah,
everything that's going on, and you're a
absolutely.
parent, and so wanting to make sure that for the future
Yeah,
of our our little people, like what their future will be. I think that's a good one. I could see that. I would run my campaign. I would run, but do street team for that.
yeah, dope.
I would definitely do it. So, Nieko, before you go, give us on if you follow him on social media, which I hope you do. You posted the other day about your what is it? Purpose. I just had it on here.
Purpose push a moment.
Purpose pusher moment.
Yeah.
Tell us. So give us. You can either use that one, or if you have another one, give us one because we're all about inspiration too here. So before we kick into the song of the week, what you got?
Okay, so actually, I literally just did mine today. I did one today, and this month I'm actually talking about this month particularly because we got a big month coming up.
Right.
I wanted to make sure I talk to the people about shining, letting your light shine.
Mm.
So I said today, those who are wise will shine as bright as the sky. You
Mm.
know, um, I really want to enforce to people to not let anybody dim your light.
I love it.
Let your light so shine so bright, and don't let anybody dim it. Like illuminate.
Mm.
Like that's what I see now when I walk into rooms, when I walk into buildings, when I used to be like, hi. No,
Mm.
it's like, no, like shoulders back, chin up.
And let your light shine.
And
Yeah.
let your light shine, whatever that looks like for everybody, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody's just different. I don't care, and I'm not just talking about because of what I do and award shows and none of that. I'm talking about you could be working at you could be. I tell people all the time, you can be the Walmart greeter,
Hmm.
but do it
Do it big.
excellence.
Yeah.
And let that could be your demeanor, your light shining could literally change somebody's life who's coming in there after work, who had a bad day at work, but you just saying, hey, welcome to Walmart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That could change their life. So I tell people all the time, don't dim your light. Let your light so shine for others to see.
I love it. Well, Nieko, keep letting your light shine. We love you. We are praying for you always. And the celebration is going to be major. You're already a winner, no matter how it goes. Yeah. But I'm gonna say it. You gonna win. That's just it. That's
you got it. The confetti. You got the confetti already going.
You see how you know
I
that.
see what you did.
You see it. So here on Live with Tay, we love music because music is my love language, is what I do. And so, Nieko, before we get out of here and play the music pick of the week, which happens to be by this girl named Jay. I mean, I don't know her. You know, who is that? Who is that?
Yeah.
But before we close out, let the people know who you are and what you came to do.
Hey, this is Nieko Flowers, media personality extraordinary. And listen, I came to inspire, to uplift, and to help people reach their God-given goals. You know, there's nothing like seeing people be them best selves and live authentically as who God has made them to be. So that's my purpose on this world. That's my purpose, and to love people, to just listen. We are here to build each other up, and that's what I'm here to do. So cheer everybody on, love everybody, and just show love, give love, and you'll receive love back. So that's what I'm here for.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so that was our pep talk of the week. So we clapping over here. We're not doing no hating, honey. We're not doing
no
we're clapping and celebrating for everybody over here. So y'all stick around. Please follow him on all social media platforms. Instagram, his Instagram be popping. He be having some good stuff on there. So Sir Nieko, and again, catch him at the Best Night of Gospel. The Stellar Awards goes down. I don't know if they air on July 20th or not.
They're airing on August 3rd this year, the day after my birthday. Get that.
Ooh, it's something. It's something.
I mean, I was like,
yeah, that's major.
Yeah.
And so shout out to Stellar. So if you are in the Las Vegas area or you looking for a little trip, go ahead and get those tickets to the Stellar Experience going down July 17th. Through the 20th, and it's going to be a whole celebration, y'all. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and kick into the music pick of the week, which is by one of our favorite singers. And this is really my jam right now. So y'all already saw her on not too long ago. It is J555. So until next time, y'all, be nice to everybody. And I'll see y'all outside. All right, y'all. Peace out. Peace.
Upon grace and we can't deny it. Thought that I needed space and it turns out I couldn't find it. His love was chasing me, I was hiding but couldn't find it. Now feeling free, feels like I'm flying. I am so high, so high, so high, so high. I can reach the sky, so high. Your grace and mercy got me saying 555. No need for negativity, no, nah, nah, nah. Your grace and mercy